Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Notes from the Sewing Room. My name's Becky. It's really lovely to have you with me today to talk all about sewing. So today's video is all about my sewing plans for what I'm going to make during June and possibly a little bit into July as well. I'm really excited about showing you some of my plans and chatting to you about the fabrics that I'm going to be using, etc. So I hope you enjoy watching. If you are new to my channel, as I said, my channel is all about sewing. So if that's something that does interest you, I would love it if you could press that like button. Feel free to leave me any comments below. I love to hear from you in the comments section. And if you could consider subscribing as well, that would be amazing. I'm over the moon that I've managed to reach more than 5,000 subscribers now, and yeah, it's just amazing. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed so far. It really does mean a lot to me. Before I get on with telling you about everything in today's video, I'll just mention what I'm wearing today, just in case any of you out there are interested. So today you may recognise this dress if you are a regular viewer or you do follow me on Instagram, because it's something that I do wear quite a lot, to be honest. I really do like this dress. So it's made out of a chambray fabric. It's got a little Paris type print all over it, and it is the Sew Over It Betty dress with a little gathered skirt. So yeah, one of my favourites and perfect for summer. So let's get to it and I'll tell you all about my plans. Filming summer plans videos in terms of sewing is one of my favourite things. I love this time of year. I love having a bit of sunshine. It really always makes me feel cheerful and whatnot, and it's just nice at the moment to be able to get out and about a little bit more. So I feel like I want a few new bits and pieces in my wardrobe that I can wear quite a lot to, you know, lots of different things that I might be doing, whether that's just staying in the house, going out with the pram, going for a barbecue, seeing friends, whatever it is. So the first thing that I want to tell you about is something that I mentioned actually a while ago that I wanted to make, and you know, due to lots of different things, I've not actually got around to making it yet. So I've now cut it out and I've actually started making it, and that is the Sagebush top by the Friday Pattern Company. So to make this top, I am using this lovely cotton lawn fabric, which was actually sent by Minerva. I was sent this fabric for free in exchange for a review on the Minerva website. As you can see, it's got lovely movement to it for lawn. It's not too thick, not too weighty really. It is in the light, it's probably slightly see-through, but I'm happy with that really. I just think it's perfect for summer. I love the print on it. I love the sort of the grey and the pink flowers and whatnot. I think it's got a bit of a retro vibe, but I'm kind of into that. So as you can see, that's just a scrap really, and I've already cut out my top, and as I said, I've started to sew that up over the weekend. So in terms of the size and whatnot, if you are interested in the size that I'm making, I'm just having a little look down at my iPad because I've actually got the instructions on my iPad here, so I'll just check that out for you. So my body measurements are 32 bust, 28 waist and 40 hip approximately. So I've decided, looking at the measurements, to actually go for the size small in terms of the finished garment measurements. I probably could have gone for the extra small, but I was a little bit worried about the hip measurement and it just being slightly too tight. So I thought I'm going to go for the small, and then if I do find it a little bit loose, I can always size it down a little bit. So the top is actually available in size extra small through to 7X. So the extra small in terms of the finished garment measurements is a 40-inch bust, a 40-inch waist and a 40-inch hip. And the size small that I'm making is a 42 full bust, 42 waist and a 42 hip. And if you were going for the 7X, that is a 67 full bust in terms of inches, a 67 waist and hips also 67. If you are unfamiliar with the Sagebush top, it's got loads of nice features. So it's got quite a relaxed fit. It's got some gorgeous puffy sleeves. It's kind of loose without being too over the top and baggy. So I think it's really feminine, and I think it's something that's going to look perfect with skirts and possibly trousers. I'll be honest, I'm not really a trousers wearer. I don't think that they're very comfortable necessarily for me to wear. I don't know, I'm just not really a trousers person. I have got some jeans, and you know, I haven't really worn them actually since before I was pregnant, but I'm more of a skirts and dresses type of girl, I think. That's just what I enjoy wearing. So I think that the sagebush top is going to look lovely with one of my skirts that I've already got, maybe some skirts that I'm planning on making. And if I was to wear my jeans, I think it would also look nice with those as well. Two of my favourite features about this top are the lovely ruffle, which goes along the centre front, and it's also finished with a bias binding around the neck, which extends to create a tie at the back. So I think both of those details are really cute and add something a little bit different to the top that perhaps I don't already have in my wardrobe already. Believe it or not, this is actually going to be the first time that I've tried to do a ruffle. I know ruffles are kind of massive at the minute. Everybody's wearing a ruffle, not just at the minute, but last year as well. But I'm kind of a bit behind the times and I've not actually tried one yet. So I'm really looking forward to sewing up the sagebush top and seeing how I like the ruffle, and maybe, you never know, I might just completely get into making them and want to make more and more. I don't know, let's watch this space and see. But that is make number one that I'm planning to do during June. So the second thing that I'd like to sew up during the month of June, and actually I'm going to be going on a kind of mini break to Whitby soon in Yorkshire, so I'm really looking forward to that. We're having a little bit of time away as a family, so I'm really excited about that. So I kind of want a new little dress to take with me. So I've decided that I'm going to use this lovely rayon fabric that I've got, which is navy blue with these gorgeous hearts on there, and the hearts have got a little bit of pink in them as well. I bought this fabric from Sew Wardrobe quite recently. I've got 1.5 meters of this, so it's got a beautiful drape to it, as you can see. So I'm hoping to sew this up into a French navy Orla dress. So this will actually be the first time that I've tried the Orla dress, and it's a free pattern and it's something that I've wanted to make for ages. Not only because it's free, but because I've seen some gorgeous versions online when I've been having a look around on Instagram, etc. So if you are unfamiliar with what the Orla dress looks like, I will put in a picture of what it looks like so you can actually see. But I've got the instructions down here on my iPad, so I'll just tell you a little bit more about it. It's actually available in size extra small through to an extra large. So the extra small comes in at a UK size 8 and the extra large is a UK size 16 or a US size 12. I'm really looking forward to making this dress. I think it seems really versatile to have a look at it. I think I could wear it with a denim jacket over, with a cardigan over. I could wear it with flip-flops, maybe my Converse trainers, that sort of thing. So I think it's something that hopefully I can get a lot of wear out of. Looking at the pattern pieces, I'm planning on probably extending the body slightly and also the length of the skirt as well, because I am quite tall. I'm 5'10", and I think perhaps the pattern has been drafted for someone that's maybe a little bit shorter than me. But obviously it's personal preference and it depends how long, you know, you like your bodice to come and how long you like your skirt to be as well. But I'll let you know in my makes video, like how I, you know, what I've made during June, how I got on with it and any particular changes that I made to the pattern. The bodice is semi-fitted on this pattern, which I think is quite nice. It's ideal for summer because it's not too tight. It's finished at the back with a concealed zip, which I quite like that kind of detail at the back. And the skirt is gathered. So that's one of my favourite kind of skirts to wear. I don't enjoy doing gathering. I find it a bit of a pain sometimes, if I'm honest, but it's always worth it in the end. And I do enjoy wearing a gathered skirt, and I'm hoping that my dress is going to finish just above my knee, because I think that would be quite flattering, hopefully. I think that's what the design of the pattern is actually supposed to be, but as I said, I think maybe I just need to add a little bit onto that length. But, you know, I'll see how I go and I'll let you know as soon as, you know, I've decided what I'm doing with that. The recommended fabrics for this project are rayon or a viscose, but I think you could also use a cotton lawn or something like that. It just really depends on, you know, how structured you actually want your final dress to be. But I'm hoping that this fabric that I've got is going to be ideal, and I'm, you know, really hoping, fingers crossed, that I've actually got enough fabric here. If I do a little bit of creative cutting, hopefully this is going to be a gorgeous dress that I can take on my little holiday with me. The next project that I wanted to chat to you about is actually something that I want to make as part of a challenge that's happening over on Instagram. So I'm going to put all of the details below to do with the challenge, as well as actually anything else that I mention in today's video as always. So that's fabrics that I mention and the shops that I got them from and any patterns that I'm using as well. But the challenge that I want to take part in is actually being organised by Sew Joey, and I'll put her details below. And she's organising a kind of sew a t-shirt for the summer competition or challenge, and I just think it seems really fun. I love a t-shirt, so why not go ahead and make one. I've been kind of deliberating what I should make. I'm quite boring, I suppose, when it comes to t-shirts. I love the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes, and I love the Tilly and the Buttons Coco, as you'll know if you watched any of my other videos. But my most recent favourite t-shirt that I've made is the Galaxy Tee by Pattern Scissors Cloth. And I did say that I was going to make another one, so I'm going to use this lovely viscose fabric that I've got. So I've got 1 metre of this, so hopefully I can get my Galaxy Tee out of this. I have made it out of 1 metre of fabric before, so I think this should be ideal. Again, I think this has got a bit of a retro kind of vintage feel to it, which I really like. I love that it's got the plain white background, because I don't really have many things like that in my t-shirt drawer already. It's got a bit of a nice drape to it, which I think is going to work well for the nice poofy sleeves on this particular pattern, and it's got a nice stretch to it in both directions as well. So I was actually given this fabric from Minerva again, so this fabric came to me as part of their brand ambassador team, and I'll be putting together a review of this for their website. I do think it's a really nice quality fabric. I don't like to say that things are good quality or whatnot if I don't actually think that they are. I'm always really honest in my reviews and things that I do, but I actually really like this. I think it's really nice. It's got lovely movement to it, and love the colourway, and I think it's going to be perfect for this time of year. So as I said, I'm going to use this for the Galaxy Tee. I did actually film a video previously about the Galaxy Tee and the changes that I made to it, so if you are interested in that, I will link that down below so you can check it out if you haven't seen it already, if you are interested. But basically I ended up sizing down quite a lot when I made my first version. So, but now I know kind of what measurements and whatnot I need to do. So I shall go with the smallest size, which I believe was 80 centimetres. I'm not sure now off the top of my head. I'll try and put in the size that I made. But I think the pattern is going to be lovely to use with this particular fabric. So really excited about doing that, and I'll keep you posted how I get on with it. If you are unfamiliar with the Galaxy Tee, it's a really basic tee, but it's just got a bit of a different kind of flavour, I suppose. It's got some nice poofy sleeves, and it's finished with a nice cuff detail. I actually decided to lower the neckline on mine by about 4 inches because, again, personal preference, but I found that it just came too high up here and I would just find it uncomfortable to wear. I don't enjoy things being too high around my neck, so just lowering it down a little bit and extending the neckband works better for me. So if you do like the look of the ones that I've made before, that might be something you want to keep in mind if you are having a go at doing your own version. I will try and put in a picture of me wearing my Galaxy Tees that I've made before if you are interested in seeing those. But hopefully it's going to be quite a speedy make. I think that the Galaxy Tee just takes slightly longer than other t-shirts, and that's just because it's got those ruched details, that the gathering around the upper arm and also around the cuff area as well. Doesn't take a long time, I suppose, overall, but in terms of a basic tee, it just takes just slightly longer, but it's worth it, and it, you know, the overall effect is fantastic. And that's also a free pattern if you are interested. Do you know, I'm actually sitting here in my summer house and I'm absolutely boiling. I've got the door open, so if I am looking a little bit flushed, then that's why. So the next thing that I want to have a go at making in June, or possibly slightly into July, is the Tilly and the Buttons Bobby skirt. So this is actually available, as you can see on the lovely model here, as a pinafore, and you can also make it as a skirt as well. So there's lots of different things you could do with this, I suppose, to have fun. You could use different fabrics, you could use different buttons, you could use jeans buttons, you could use poppers down the front instead. So I think there's lots of different things you could do to make this project your own. I'm going to go for the skirt rather than the pinafore because I think it's just going to fit in with my wardrobe a little bit better. You never know, maybe I will have a go at making the pinafore at some point, but I think for now I want to have a go at doing the skirt. Again, this is a project that I mentioned I was going to do a few months ago and I've not got around to doing yet, so fingers crossed I'm going to have time over the next few weeks because I think it's going to be ideal to wear for this time of year, and then hopefully I can team it up with some thick tights and a jumper later on in the season as well, or later on in the year, should I say. So looking at the size measurements in the little instruction booklet which comes with the pattern, I think that I'm going to fall between a few different sizes, and I often find this actually with Tilly and the Buttons skirts or dresses, that I'm a different size on the waist to what I might be on the hip, and I don't really like things being too tight around the hip area because I like to have plenty of sort of manoeuvring room to sit down, bend down, you know, that kind of thing. Because I've got, you know, a young baby, I'm always, you know, scooping stuff up from the floor and, you know, doing this and that, you know, it's quite busy, so I don't like to be too restricted. So I think that I'm going to size between a few different sizes, or grade between a few different sizes. So I'm probably going to go for the size 3 on the waist. That's a finished garment measurement of 29.5 inches. My waist is a 28, so that gives me a little bit of wiggle room there. And then I think I might size down to almost like a 4.5 on the hip. So my hip is a 40, but the finished garment measurement for the size 4 in Tilly and the Button sizes is 43, and the size 5 finished hip measurement is 45 inches. But I think if I just grade between those, then hopefully I might just have enough room to just feel comfortable. So yeah, hopefully that might work okay. I'm hoping that I can achieve quite a good fit in this, because if I do, then I feel like I'm going to wear this skirt a lot. So I really need some more practical skirts in my wardrobe. I'm probably going to end up adding a little bit of length onto this skirt as well, as I often end up doing with Tilly patterns. I often add about 2 inches onto the bottom, but I will have a look at the pattern pieces and then see how I go. But I'd rather add that extra 2 inches on as I'm cutting out the fabric, etc., and then, you know, take it off at the end if I really don't need it. But I've got 2 different fabric choices for this, and I'm not sure which one to go for, so do let me know what you think. So I've got this one, which is actually a stretch twill fabric in this gorgeous wine colour. So I have actually showed this on a previous fabric haul video. But yeah, it's got a nice stretch to it, so I think that'd be comfortable for sitting down in, etc. But I don't know if I want to go for that one. I've had this in my stash for quite a while. I think I bought it from Guthrie and Garney. Or I've got this kind of, you know, denim, just a plain denim colour in this lovely kind of blue denim, which I bought from Crafty So and So. Again, this has got a bit of a stretch to it, so I think it would be comfortable to wear. I don't believe that this skirt actually, according to the instructions, needs to have any stretch, but I just prefer a denim or a twill that has got a little bit of stretch, but again, that's personal preference. So I was hoping, depending on if I go for this one or this one, to finish off my project with some jeans buttons. So I've got those ones already, if you can see them, and it's a bit of shine on the screen there, which are just hemline jeans buttons. So I've got 6 in that particular set, but then I've also got some that I've got left over from my recent Tilly and the Buttons olive pinafore as well. So they're all the same kind of buttons, so I think that's going to work really nicely and hopefully add a bit of a professional looking finish to my skirt. So yeah, not sure which one to go for, but I'm hoping that whichever one it is going to go with my new Galaxy tee, and also my sage bush top when I've done that. So yeah, if you've got any ideas of which one I should go for, then do let me know. I'd love to hear what projects you're working on at the moment as well, if you want to get in touch and let me know about those. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to squeeze in some sewing time in the evenings over the next few weeks to try and squeeze in these projects, just so I can get wearing them. I don't want summer to, you know, come and go and, you know, me not have my summer dresses and summer skirts and stuff all made up. So, but it'd be nice if I can get a couple of things finished for my little holiday as well. So yeah, fingers crossed. But I hope you've enjoyed watching my video today and you've enjoyed learning about what I'm going to be making, hopefully in June and the start of July. If you have got any questions about anything that I've mentioned today, please do leave me a comment below. If you have enjoyed watching, it'd be amazing if you could press that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be issuing a video or putting out a video all about making the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress, hopefully next week, so keep a watch out for that one. That's going to be a joint video that I'm doing with Sally from The Secret Life of the Seamstress, so we're coming together again to do a joint vlog, so that's going to be really fun. If you are a subscriber already, hopefully get to see that. But if you're not, then if you could press your notification bell when you do subscribe, then you will be notified every time I upload a video. So if you are, you know, looking forward to watching that Lyra video and hearing all about, you know, any changes that I made and that kind of thing to the pattern, then you won't miss it. I've got lots of other sewing videos planned as well if you're not interested in the Lyra. So yeah, it's been amazing to have you with me today. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye.